stressed out teachers, sometimes teary-eyed, sometimes angry, mostly frustrated teachers be totally consumed by this. I had never seen this group of teachers act this way in all our years of hanging out, and it was obvious something was wrong. The powers that be would have you believe these elementary teachers and their principal had brought this all on themselves. These elementary teachers are the same ones who have 21 of their own children attending Sevastopol Elementary. We have 3, Katie has 2, Brooke 2, Callie 3, Heather 2, Deb 2, Steph 1, and the list goes on. Does that make any sense, that these elementary teachers would want to cause havoc at their own workplace and their own children's school? I think not. Tonight I'm here for one reason and one reason only. I want the public to know the truth, as so many of those on the inside know it. So I'd like to tell a story to give everyone an idea of the shenanigans being played at this school. On February 11th, the local radio station announced that Sevastopol Elementary School won a prestigious award this year called the Wisconsin Title I School of Recognition Award. The honor was given to only 29 schools out of 2,440 across the state. This is an award based on state testing data and the improvement of student scores between each test. You would think an award like this, where less than 2% of all elementary schools in the state qualified, would be celebrated. Last year when Sevastopol won the award, yes, 2 years in a row, the whole entire 4th grade class went down to the Capitol to receive the honor, and it was a big deal. This year there was no congratulations, no celebration, in fact no mention of the award by the board or any administration until March 17th. Staff found out about their success over the radio, and then in the paper along with the general public. In time, the truth came out about the transpiring of this event. Apparently, Principal Donaldson was instructed not to mention anything to her staff until February 19th. Funny enough, she was non-renewed at the February 18th board meeting and subsequently put on leave of absence. When the story aired, Mrs. Donaldson was reprimanded for breaking her gag order. Only she hadn't talked. A local radio station broke the story on February 11th after the Department of Public Instruction had issued a statewide press release the previous day. Why did this backwards chain of events happen, and why was Mrs. Donaldson gay? Why was there no celebration to honor the staff for doing a great job? The answer is easy to see now. The powers that be wanted Mrs. Donaldson to look bad, and this award would make her look good, as well as her staff. Then when virtually all of Principal Donaldson's staff responded with shock and disgust about her leave of absence, a bridge had been burned and thus no celebration could happen because of the hard feelings. Instead, a tiny mention in the March 17th board meeting is all that happened. In the words of the late, great Paul Harvey, now you know the rest of the story. More shenanigans have followed. Right now, as we speak, a slew of elementary teachers are being forced to set up evaluations for a second time this year with CISA 7 because certain people have decided that the evals done by Mrs. Donaldson don't count. This is basically a ploy to try to show that Mrs. Donaldson hasn't done her job, and now the teachers are being used as pawns in this game of chess. These are just tiny samples of the kind of games being played at Sevastopol lately. If you want more stories like this, we've got hundreds. You could ask about the time my wife was told who she could or couldn't invite to our house over the weekend, or about the one of how the teachers could be disciplined for what their students wear to Friday night games, or even about the one how this all started in the first place. But I encourage you to do your own due diligence. Don't take my word for it. Investigate it for yourself. Call the school board members and ask the tough questions. Ask them to release the verdict of the 2 investigations. Ask them how much money is being wasted on lawyer fees unnecessarily, wasting taxpayer money. Ask them who is responsible for this bleak situation. Because I assure you, it's not the elementary teachers who have slit their own throats. They have nothing to hide, and they have had zero control over any single part of this situation. They are in fact stuck in it. Someday the truth is going to come out, and someday very soon, the board is going to turn 4-3 in favor of rational thought and what is right. How do I know this? Because when things get bad enough, it always turns. Finally, tonight I'm reminded of an old Sunday school song, I just want to be a sheep. While that may be good advice for our faith, it is not good advice for this process. New board members and snowbirds, have the courage to think for yourself. Have the courage to seek the truth. Have the courage to ask the tough questions, and have the courage not to be a sheep.